Good day, grade 8. This is Miss Njozi speaking, and welcome to my virtual creative arts classroom. Before we begin with this lesson, I'd like for you to take this opportunity to thank your parents for the privilege that you have to reach me on this platform. This is using up a lot of resources such as your cell phone, data, or Wi-Fi, or whatever. So for that reason, I just want you to take 2 minutes to say thank you to mommy or daddy for this opportunity, or this privilege rather. For this lesson, you are going to need the following things. This should look familiar to you. These are the set of notes that I have posted. I published this on Google Classroom on the 9th of April. So you should already have this in your exercise book. We're going to pretend this is my exercise book. You're also going to need a highlight of your own choice and a colored pen for notes. Right, now in this lesson I'm going to be explaining Unit 1, which you have in your exercise books, as I've already said. We will be discussing Unit 1, which is expression through art. And basically, just as background, artists, as in musicians, painters, actors, actresses, poets, and so on and so forth, use art as a form of expression. Now, there are certain keywords that are related to that topic, and that is what we'll be discussing today. The first one is indigenous, and that refers to the origin, place, or the area that someone or something comes from. Now, when we say someone originates from a certain place, we mean, where does someone come from? Let's say, for example, if I say I originate from Zimbabwe, it means I come from Zimbabwe. All right. Now, the words that I want you to highlight over there are a place or area that someone or something comes from. The second one is a milliner. A milliner is a hat maker. That's a person who makes hats, basically. Thirdly, codes of dress. These are the rules for dressing in a certain way. Some of you perhaps are familiar with attending graduation ceremonies. If that's the case, you will know that at a graduation ceremony, you are expected to dress in a formal way. Let's say, for example, if you're not familiar with attending a graduation, perhaps you haven't yet. Maybe yours will be your first, second, doesn't matter. But let's say, for example, going to church. You are familiar with the fact that when you go to church, you are expected to dress in a formal way. If you're going to your friend's house, chances are you're not going to dress in a formal way, are you? No. You're going to dress in a more casual way, casual sense. So you're going to wear things like jeans and flops or sneakers, or something more comfortable. Our expectation for you dressing in a particular way refers to the codes of dress. Now, our example will be a wedding. I want you to write this in your books. Or graduation. Right. The third one, retro style. This refers to dressing in a way that was popular not too long ago. Now, the word retro, we're going to make an arrow there. I hope you can see. History. Okay, that basically means history in the past. All right. The next word is avant garde. This means in the front, leading the way in fashion, and we're going to highlight the word leading the way in fashion. Okay, this is a bit difficult because I'm working from my wall. All right, now I'm going to give you a few examples so that you guys understand what this means. There are certain fashion designers that influence or have an influence on the way that we dress. Some are big designers, as in international, and some are more local. Let's start on an international basis. There are people like Alexander Mcqueen. I hope you know who that is. If you don't, I will give you a quick summary. Full name, Lee Alexander Mcqueen. He was born on the 17th of March in 1969, and he passed on the 11th of February in 2010. He was a British fashion designer who started his clothing brand, which was called Alexander Mcqueen, in 1992. This clothing brand allowed him to win or achieve 4 British Designer of the Year awards in 1996, 1997, 2001, and 2003. Today, you still find items from his clothing line, and they are very expensive. On a South African level or a local level, I hope you guys are familiar with the name Gert Johan Coetzee. He was born on the 18th of November 1987. He's a South African designer who's based in Johannesburg. He's particularly known for dressing celebrities on the runway, on the red carpet, at events, at weddings, and so on and so forth. All right. Now, these people are known as Avant Garde, and that is our word there because they are leading the way in fashion. All right, career. So over here. This refers to an occupation that you would work in for most of your life. Now, if you study psychology, for example, chances are you're going to work in the psychology field. So perhaps you're going to give counseling, you're going to give therapy, you're going to give advice, and so on and so forth. If you are going to study education, you are going to teach, you're going to be a tutor or something like that. And that is going to be your career because that is the field in which you work. Our last key term for today's viewpoints, and that refers to someone's opinion. We need to always remember that your opinion is based on what you think. It does not necessarily mean it's right, nor does it mean it is wrong. It can sometimes be influenced by facts, perhaps you read or you heard or whichever, but your opinion, and also we should also remember that everyone is entitled, so they have the right to have an opinion. But your opinion can differ from someone else's. Right, that's it for the day. Thank you very much for joining me. I hope you remember to thank your parents again for the privilege of using YouTube and the internet and all of that. And I hope you will reach my second video where we will discuss Unit 2. Please stay home and stay safe.